Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sagittarius lunar eclipse. This is a Friday, June 5th, 2020. I am Natalie, spelled Natalee. I'm so excited to have you guys here. I'm going to do about 5 minutes of a little chit chat, and then we will go into the presentation. So, how has this new moon in Gemini kind of leading up these last 2 weeks to this lunar eclipse been feeling for you? How's everybody been feeling? Because, hey, Patricia. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. Yes, speaking of which, that Gemini new moon, I am a Capricorn, and this lunar eclipse is happening in Sagittarius, which is Capricorn's 12th house, the solar 12th house. So anyone else with a Capricorn sun, moon, ascendant, could be definitely feeling the effects of exhaustion, of overdoing it, of just a lot of exhaustion. Basically, that's basically like the one word summing it all up. Hey, Dragon Emperor. Hello, Chris. Hey, Mondo. Oh, yes, I am feeling better. Thank you guys so much. I really came to like the grinding halt, and I thought I can kind of work around it. I tried to like outsmart the planets, which is just like silly, very, very silly. And it's still, I needed more. So I tried to schedule more, like a lighter schedule, more time for myself and to rest. No, I needed to like stop. I tried to just slow it down and work a little slower, and I had to actually just like stop. So I am feeling a lot better. I took a shower. I'm, just doing those self-care type things. Hey, Sophia. Babe Tenda, hello. Hey, Sarah. Oh, thank you guys so much. Oh, no, Dragon Emperor is going crazy. How are you feeling? Hey, Jeff. Oh, thank you. I know. I was feeling how I looked, which is like, so I'm feeling better. I'm feeling way better. I hope you guys are feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling better if you've been dealing with anything over the past couple of weeks, which of course we all have been. I hope that and that's part of the lunation, is with the lunar eclipse, something's going, something's gone, something's just like poof, and then it's gone. So especially with this one with Neptune involved, and we're going to get into it. But hey, Frez. Hey, Raquel. Oh, you're not late. We're just chit-chatting. We're just, wow, 2.5 minutes in. We're at the 5-minute mark. We're going into the presentation. So, oh no, Sophia, a car accident. Are you okay? I hope you're okay. Oh, hey, Super One Kenobi, your first live. Welcome, welcome. Yes, happy Friday, everybody. Hello, the baby. Newish here, really dig your style. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Astra V. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, and you guys are used to me, pretty, I'd like to think, well presented and healthy. So I am a little embarrassed that I was such a bad example of self-care and such a bad example of working with the planets. So hopefully we can all learn from my self-care faux pas, and especially the Capricorns watching, to don't take on the whole world. Don't try to do everything. Don't try to, just relax. Which, telling a Capricorn to relax is like the hardest thing. We're really, really bad at vacations. And we're really, when I try to take a vacation about 4 hours in, for me, that's about when I start to like, I have like, I don't know if it's like withdrawal symptom type energy, but I'm like, I need to do something. I have to like be productive or work or something. Hey, HD. Hey, Heather. Hey, Joanna. Hey, Allie. Everybody. Oh, I love you guys too. Thank you so much. That's how I'm feeling. I don't do good with big change. Okay. Girlfriend broke up with you 2 days ago. That actually might not stick. And I don't even know if that's something that would be good or bad. I'm not here to make that judgment, Dragon Emperor, but it's definitely, I'd rather address not doing so great with big change. That's exactly lunar eclipse. It's this eclipse energy is dealing with change, lunar eclipses, solar eclipses. So whether or not that relationship, that breakup sticks, Dragon Emperor, the thing to take from this experience, and especially over the next 2 weeks, is what do you want to let go about it? What do you want to let go about? Whatever that whatever erupted from that or because of that. So you might be really letting go of that person or that relationship, or if it doesn't really stick, if that breakup doesn't stick, you both will probably be definitely letting go of something in between you two individually. So either way, my dear, it is for the better, because eclipses do tend to push us forward. Oh, speaking of which, okay, we are at the 5-minute mark, my love. So I am going to dive into my little presentation. And okay, the biggest headline, you guys know I love my headlines, but the biggest headline I have for this Sagittarius lunar eclipse is breakdown to breakthrough. Shabam! Look at all my little doodads. And you guys know I love my jelly rolls and my colored pens. So breakdown to breakthrough. So there is breakthrough energy here. It is really positive. It is really positive. My other headlines is to check in with your heart. There is so much nebulous energy, confusing energy, that I feel like the more mental people will have a more difficult time with this than the more emotional people. And even the emotional people are like water signs, earth signs. You'll have a moment, like I'm a Capricorn. I still had a moment of like, for me, it was overwhelmed, but for other people, it would be, I'm scared of my life is falling apart and I don't know what to think about anything. And where's this going? And where's that going? What's the future? That's because the energies are not conducive to that kind of mental planning and mentally like knowing how to move forward. It is really more about feeling. And the tricky thing with that is that with the configuration of this lunar eclipse, that even that is very susceptible to manipulation and even change. So that won't be the whole part of it. A lot of it is going to be you checking in with your heart, and don't get stuck wanting what you don't really want. So I'm actually thinking about Dragon Emperor. So this would be like if Dragon Emperor in about a week from now or even a couple days realizes like, you know what? I didn't really want that girl. I didn't really want that girlfriend. I didn't really want that relationship. But that might not be so clear right away. And I'm sorry, Dragon Emperor, if I'm like using you as an example, but that's just kind of what came to mind because you said that. But it's like letting go of what you don't really want. And that's a Venus retrograde effect, very highlighted in this lunar eclipse. And it's releasing what no longer energetically connects to you, what is no longer a vibrational match. So for some of you, it's boyfriends and girlfriends. For some of you, it's family members. For some of you, it's friends and friendship circles. Wherever that disconnect happens, I just want to guide you to be as diplomatic as possible, because it could be something erupting because of what's going on globally right now, either with COVID-19 or the protesting in America, whatever it is. There are so many divisive things. Is it divisive? Or I think it's divisive. That divisive feels better. Divisive things to separate people and ideologies. So if that happens, it's very natural. It's okay for that to happen. Just let yourself let go of it, because it's really about you checking in with what your heart really desires and what's really important to you. Truly. My other headline, this is so exciting. Okay, I've been like really waiting for this moment. Dismantling of masculine egoic energy being rebalanced with Venus retrograde. So this is not just like divine masculine energy. This is not just for men. This is all of us. This is all of our internal masculine egoic energy being kind of taken apart. There's that full moon in Sagittarius energy. The full, especially this lunar eclipse, it's as full as it gets. It cannot get any larger. It can't get any more fuller. It can't have any more emotion packed into it. It's the bubble bursting. So in all of us, in some way, shape, or form, wherever that Sagittarius is in your chart, whatever house that is, whatever area that's activating, there's some ego there that can be just like gone, letting go what no longer serves you. Oh, I love this line. Okay, this headline. Regarding this egoic dismantling, letting go of what no longer serves you once you meet who you are. Who are you really? When you meet who you really are, facets of who you really are You can let go of what no longer serves you because it's not you. It's not, just like with Venus, it's not what you really love. It's not what your heart really desires. The other side of that, the masculine part of it, letting go of that Sagittarian energy, it's not who you really are. I feel like for a lot of people, that's going to be ideology, philosophies, self-righteous behavior, actual ego, because that is all Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules opinions. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a rebalancing happening there for sure. And then my last headline is divine volition, which I had it up. Give me a second. Volition means the faculty or power of using one's will. So you add divine volition. I love it. Okay. So my loves, those are the headlines. Let's move on into the big ta-da. Let me get just a little sip of my coffee before we proceed. Hold on. Okay. So the big of this lunar eclipse is the T-square. The T-square in every, okay, so the sun and the moon are opposed, right? And the sun is conjuncting, it's a weird conjunction, retrograde Venus, 15 degrees and 12 degrees respectively, opposing that 15 degrees of the Sagittarian moon. They're as far apart as you can get before they actually, okay, as far apart as you can get. You add a square to both of those lights, and you have both of the lights are being challenged by Mars conjunct Neptune in Pisces. So there's this third element right here, creating this 90-degree square to both of those lights. Okay, just one square is a tense aspect. The square is really, really tense. It's really motivational to get a lot done. I mean, we need squares to get stuff done. Challenging both of the lights and creating this lockup of tension it's very magnified, especially because this is eclipse energy. It's a penumbral lunar eclipse. It's a baby, itty bitty baby eclipse, but it's still pretty activated. It's still pretty powerful. So what does this mean? Let's start broad to narrow. Let's start globally. Okay, so we are letting go of our hopes that we can resume as before. Okay, like if anyone was hoping or anyone was kind of like, yeah, things will go back to, no. World is changing. Yeah, while we are eager to travel and have adventures, we know the world is changing because we, the people, are changing. The global reaction to this energy is righteous anger. Okay, so we are seeing the pushback to progress there. Progress. Okay. Okay, this is another thing. Be very careful of false prophets. There's just this huge energy right now with false prophets. And when I hear false prophets with this lunation, what I really feel, and other manipulators, I feel the leaders of those hate groups. I feel those leaders of those divisive energies, the divisive groups. That's really where I feel it is. I feel like that's a lot of the damaging, because they're leading people they're leading the charge into hatred. They're leading the charge into dividing the people by whatever. And this is so funny. This is kind of coming up. I remember the moment in my personal life when I decided that was absolutely ridiculous to divide based on superficial things. I was about 6 years old. And my mother was reading to me this Dr. Seuss book. I don't remember the name of it. Maybe you guys can comment below, whatever it is. And, but basically, I just remember the moment. So she's like reading me this bedtime story. And I just remember stopping her. I said, wait, what's going on there? Why are they at war again? Because in the story, these little things, I don't know, these little beings will go to war. And she explained to me, she goes, well, Natalie, these people butter their bread butter side up. And they're going to war with the people that butter their bread butter side down. I don't know why I want to cry. And you guys, like the rage and the anger in my little body, I just went, but that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. That's stupid, Mom. And of course I had my little like Mars and Aries reaction, and she just started laughing. Like she just thought it was so funny. And that was the moment when I promised to myself that I was never going to go to war for someone buttering their bread, butter side up or down. I don't know why I shared that, but here we go. So, we are in a confusing, and let me get back on track here. We are in a very confusing energy, especially surrounding facts. Now, hold your horses there. Let's just chill out for a second. All of us, including myself, every single one of us, all of us are believing something right now, somewhere in our lives. It doesn't even have to be in the public. It doesn't have to be in personal life. It could be in our private life. It's something somewhere in our lives that is false. All of us. Okay, stay with me here. All I can tell you is that none of us will know what it is until the solar eclipse, the 21st, the end of June, and the 2 weeks of that. So over the next 2 weeks, be like, tread very carefully, because all of us, there's something we don't know yet. There's information that we believe to be true that's actually false. It's just the time. It's just like, it just is what it is. So that's what I can tell you guys. So wait on huge decisions till after the 21st, if you can, if it's at all possible. Be that as it may, it is the new normal, and all that involves shaping it internally first, that will take the upper hand. That will take the upper hand in all of this. This is also a moment in time where divisive groups and divisive actions culminate. So we're seeing the splits, okay? Now, this is a really big moment here, because I'm talking about Saturn retrograding in Aquarius. We will get another chance to do it right. We will. December 17th of this year is when we get our second chance. Right now, the shifts are happening internally as far as changing the systems of the world and changing system. That's December. December of this year is going to be crazy. So bookmark your Christmas this year. Okay, so let me just catch up on the comments, and then we will get into America. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot here. The perfect headline. Yes. Right down. I'm keeping the possibility out there, Dragon Emperor. Okay. I released Toxic Friend last night, Ambi. I'm sorry, but I'm happy for you, because you felt that, and you were able to feel strong enough to let it go. So props to you, Ambi. Oh, Fraz, had to detach from a family member, but still love her. So that's very high vibrational, Fraz. That's really loving, to be able to let go of that energetic entanglement and like still send love and light their way. That's very high vibrational. Very good. Oh, the picture is really pixely. I'm so sorry. I have a decent, or actually I have a really good internet connection. I'm sorry about that. I'll try not to move so much. Hold on. I'll try not to move so much. I know that is frustrating for me too when I watch lives and they're all like pixelated. I'm sorry. Past life karma, definitely. Aw, Carl, thanks. Thanks. Is there really that much geometry in this? It's funny. Mid-heaven Sagittarius, but I'm a Cap, Sun, Cap, Moon, Chris. Interesting. Oh, Sarah, thank you. Glad you're feeling better. Mean people suck. Yes, they do, Patricia. It's like, oof, it's chilling energy. Mondo, the political racial issues will mean nothing when we get to religion. Snitches. I agree, Patricia. Okay. Oh, thank you, Dragon Emperor. Yes, Mercury started the pre-shadow a few days ago for our Mercury retrograde. Whew, forgiveness is key. Very good, guys. Okay, so let's move into America. All right, guys. So how is this lunar eclipse going to affect America, the country? So I do have her birth chart here. Ta-da! This is interesting. America herself is being very strongly activated at this time. So this, let me put it this way. So this full moon is happening in 15 degrees Sagittarius. If you look, where's my little, give me a second, sorry. If you look over here, At our ascendant, America's ascendant, what do you see? You see, look at that degree. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that little degree right there. Okay, we are sitting at 12 degrees Sagittarius on our rising, on our ascendant. This eclipse is happening at 15 degrees, right there. It's right there. But it'll be, this is going to be activating, America's chart is going to be activated over the next few years. So that's not too, okay. It's our identity as well as foreign relations. It's our people. Okay. Now, May 1st, May 2nd, Jupiter hit, I'm going a little fast, hold on. So if we look down here at America's beautiful little birth chart, we see in her second house, we have Pluto in Capricorn retrograde right there at the 27:33 degree, right there. Okay. May 1st, May 2nd, Jupiter hit that 27 degree Capricorn right on our natal 27 degree retrograde Pluto in our second house of value. Okay. That, my loves, is what unleashed Pandora's box of issues for us as a country. Okay. Pluto is like the basement of life. Pluto, everyone has a Pluto. Pluto is our deep, dark secrets, cleaning out my closet. Okay. That kind of, sorry, I did not mean to just bust out Eminem there. So where was I going with that? Okay, so yeah, it opened up Pandora's box of our issues, everything that needs to transform. Pluto rules transformation. Jupiter expands. So it's like going really, 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 really deep, like surgically in a body, going really deep, and then expanding like a mushroom, like just, okay. What needs to transform in America, in American values? This has to do with power, control, government, big business, politics, authorities, leadership. It's our societal structure. It's the structure, and it's the matrix, which is just another word for structure, but more fun. And the structure and the matrix in which we live our lives, in our value system as Americans and as a country. It's also law enforcement. So Jupiter went retrograde May 14th at 27 degrees 14 minutes Capricorn. So it is really, really close to the 33-minute mark. It's like within the degree, minutes away from our natal Pluto. I hope this isn't like, okay. So basically what that means with Jupiter retrograding in that space is us now reevaluating. Where am I? There's a lot of little reevaluating all of that stuff that I just said. And we know that already because we're like watching it unfold and we're watching it happen. We're a part of it. Now, September 12th is when Jupiter will go direct. Okay. And it'll be December 7th of this year, December again, when Jupiter reaches 27 degrees 33 minutes Capricorn. So like I said before, December is when we're going to like do the do. We're going to not mountain. We're going to do the doing. We're going to take the action. We're going to do the stuff. But right now we got to go back. We have to reevaluate. We have to find we have to look at it. We have to look at, and that's another lunar eclipse thing, is like the moon reflects light. It's a mirror. So this is like a really harsh mirror. Oof, I got the chills. A really harsh mirror of everything that needs to be fixed. Everything that needs to be fixed. So if this were a person, if America were a person, this would be like your horrific dark side being shown to you in a very grotesque way, in a very, we've all had moments like that where it's like, ooh, that was ugly of me, or ooh, I don't like to see that part of myself, or, it's pretty intense. So December is when the physical changes will get made. Right now, it is internal first. I said that already. It is internal first right now. I'm just giving you guys a little something to look forward to in December. Pluto's going to be working on us, on America through 2023, 2024. Okay, this is the revolution. This is the world changing. Welcome to the revolution. Have a seat. I'm ready for you. Okay. Pluto is also agenda. Okay, Pluto is also agenda. Pluto rules television and the media. So while I am getting a little bit off track with the T-square, the backdrop that this T-square lunar eclipse is happening in, which is what those outer planets do, it sets the stage, so to speak. The backdrop is Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn retrograding in the late degrees of Capricorn. So Saturn squaring Uranus, I am getting a little off track here, sorry. Saturn squaring Uranus is where there's that we've been feeling that already, but it's that old patriarchal BS kind of freaking out with Uranus and Taurus, trying to find new ways to agriculture and new ways for grain and new ways for commerce and new ways for money and how we're handling money and money systems and like all that stuff. Okay. There are hidden and blatant agendas playing out right now, both visibly and invisibly. This does feed into the false prophets. This does feed into what our hearts truly desire. This does feed into the egoic things we have to let go of. This does feed into not seeing things clearly and not knowing what that is until the solar eclipse. Okay. There are, of course, divisive agendas who do not want America to unite in love and peace and harmony and kumbaya. And there are groups that do. There are groups that do. What I'm getting from this Plutonian, it's like there's different. So it's like what you see in the media, what you're visibly seeing. It may or may not be the reality. It may or may not be the truth. But Pluto rules what you see, so it's like someone could just like weave a spell and like, and that's what's happening here. That's what people do. That's what people are doing. It's either feeding their agenda, whatever it is. And like, I don't want to trigger anyone when I say agenda. It doesn't need to be a conspiracy theory. It's like we all have our agendas. Okay, it's like whose agenda is aligned with like your agenda. You know, what are you aligning with? What are other people? It's like that. Okay. Remember back to my, I think I sort of overlapped Saturn and Venus videos, but I did talk about associations and friends and affiliation. I think that was Saturn and Aquarius. Yeah. Saturn, and Aquarius, affiliations changing, friendships changing, the groups that you belong to. Remember we talked about that, the tribes you belong to, the tribes that you're a part of. There will be groups of people forming, new tribes forming, new clubs forming, and then there will be groups breaking apart and disintegrating and just like falling apart because there are no longer, just like with the friendships and love relationships and family relationships, it's going to be broke. Things are going to be breaking down. Things are going to be coming together. New groups, you know, new friends being made, new family that you're finding, new love that you're finding that is in line with your heart's desire, retrograde Venus. So, you know, give yourself some time to know what your heart wants. And then when you're ready, go and align with what that is. Okay? Because the energy is very conducive for that. Very much so. Oh, this is so much fun. Okay, so one of my friends on Instagram, hey Nikki, posted this thing about how the revolution is here, and it had this cute little thing about Saturn. Last time Saturn was in Aquarius, the Rodney King riots. The last time Pluto was in Capricorn was the American Revolution. The last time Neptune was in Pisces, Rome fell. Remember in January when I and others on the internet and the spiritual community on YouTube we're talking about all that Capricorn conjunction energy. Remember that? And I talked to you about Martin Luther, how the last time this happened was in 15 so-and-so and Martin Luther so-and-so and however the so-and-so. Well, what's really going to cook your noodle is to know that the last eclipse we had in the Gemini Sagittarius axis was 8 years ago when the world was supposed to have ended in 2012. Maybe it did. Wouldn't that be hilarious if that's when it ended and then there's so much science fiction. It's just, anyway, I thought that was a really fun little fact that is really funny. So that's America. Let me see how everyone's doing over here. Aww. I love you guys. Yes, we all jump timelines. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, I want to go into now how this affects you guys on the personal level and what I do have, aside from a million papers in front of me. Okay, so going broad to narrow. Okay, so we're going to start with Aries and Libra, the Aries-Libra axis. So if you're an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, there, and you're traveling, there could be tensions. There could be definitely, let me switch my little thing here. Let's do, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there could be tensions traveling. You could be feeling attacked for your personal beliefs at this time. You could let go of outdated beliefs or even people who sort of antagonize and disagree with you. You could be getting really tired of that. It could be, if you're feeling that energy within yourself, like kind of antagonistic or what have you, separate from the interaction and really recenter yourself to your own truth, because that security of knowing what you know and feeling what you feel and aligning with your heart, your real heart, who you really are, what you really value, this is part of this beautiful little balance that's happening right now with Venus retrograde and then the full moon in Sagittarius, which is very masculine, letting go of that. It's the dismantling of the egoic nature of that masculine energy of Sagittarius. The lower manifestation of Sagittarius energy is, I know everything and you know nothing. I know what's right. I know what it is and you don't know what it is. Yikes. You know what I'm saying? So if you're feeling that, just that person's triggering you and you just got to let go of that whole interaction and just go your own way and just try to feel better that you know what you value and you know what the truth is, and you don't have to convince anyone else. You just have to live your truth. You just have to live in your love and live in your own values. Aries could be very mentally wound up too and extremely impatient. Not like I know anything about that. I'm just kidding. Okay, that was you guys. Let's move on to Taurus, Scorpio, and also patrons, my patrons watching. I'm going to jump after this. I'm going to jump right over to Patreon and we're going to do tarot spreads on all of this. Okay, Taurus, Scorpio. Let me turn my little wheel here. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this is money for you, Scorpio, Taurus. Money, money, money. Scorpions can experience a loss of a revenue stream or a loss of an income stream, but I feel like you could either be taking out a loan or something, or a partner can kind of come in. There could also be, Taurus, you could be provoked by a business or love partner over money. There could be some stuff happening over money. You could be challenged by what you yourself are giving emotionally or financially. Sex as well. There could be a lot of power struggles and disagreements and arguing over, it's like, I see this cartoon that I saw like forever ago where a married couple is in a marriage counselor's office, and the marriage counselor asks, okay, well, how often do you guys have sex? Every week? And one of them goes, never, like twice a week. And the other one goes, all the time, twice a week. It's like that. It's like that, where one of you perceives it to be like all the time and one of you perceives it to be not nearly enough. Major discrepancy over that. That could be very much activated right now. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. And there could be a showdown over the truth. Showdown, I know. It's a big word. I know. It has to be balanced. It has to be addressed. It could be a big, like, battle. But after the battle, after letting go of some psychological issues and some psychological obsessions, the light will show, you know, in the solar eclipse. So just keep in mind that it's all that intimacy stuff. It's money. It's okay. It's all that being activated for you guys. Okay, here we go. Geminis. Sagittarius says, this is your moment. This is your moment. Yay. I'm trying to sound excited for you guys. Okay, Saggies and Gemmies, my little gems, my little gemstones. It's for Geminis, it's very me versus you. Be very careful, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. It's very me versus you. Who am I versus who are you? Okay, guys. Who will dominate? There's a power struggle here. It's you versus your other. Now, in between Sagittarius and Gemini, Gemini has the upper hand. So for Geminis, there could be some relationships kind of ending, but like I said, it might not stick. There could be like you need to end it, but you have to go through that as a couple to end something else that was unhealthy between you two. So you guys might, pick it back up later, Geminis, or you could let go of the relationship because the whole person's toxic. Totally up to you. Your free will. Sagittarius. I feel like Sagittarius is a little bit vulnerable right now to losing the fight, losing the good fight to the Gemini partner, the other partner, because they're going to have the upper hand. And so Sagittarius could experience a little bit of an ego hurt, a little bit of like you could drive your point so hard and so aggressively to come up empty, to come up with like nothing, to come up with like, oh, it was wrong, or oh, it wasn't accurate, or oh, it wasn't what you thought it was. And then okay. That's very Neptunian. That's very Piscean. There could be a crisis. Oh, that's what I meant to say. Sorry. Sagittarius, you will have to be strategic to avoid that from happening. You can avoid that huge, like, falling flat on your face. You can avoid that by being very strategic. Very, very strategic, okay? Don't be very overt. I mean, I know it's going against your nature because you're very, but just try to be as strategic as possible. There could be a crisis in a personal relationship. You could be the best at something and people around you are jealous. It could be that way. You could want to attack people. But more what I feel this is, you guys, for Gemini, Sagittarius, I feel like it's more counterattack. I feel like you're going to be more wanting to counterattack what you perceive to be an attack. So be very wary and be very careful of that energy. Be very careful of firing. That actually should go for everybody, but you guys especially be very careful at firing back. There will be a reward after challenging energy for Sagittarius and Gemini. Okay, you could take things to the next level as well. Some of you, it'll be like breaking down of a relationship, or a breakthrough in a connection, in a relationship, in a partnership. But you get to decide how that goes. It's tense. Even if you guys are taking things to a next level, it'll be tense. It'll be tense. So tread very lightly, tread very carefully, because you could still wind up letting go of the connection. Okay. Capricorn. Capricorn, Cancers. Why did I break this? Hold on. I wrote power struggles, knives, daggers, triggered. What? Power struggles at work. Oh, health gets triggered. Sorry, I wrote my notes really weird. Okay, Cappies, there could be some power struggles at work. Your health is definitely being triggered. I talked about that in the first 5 minutes. This full moon is happening in your 12th house of, yes, relaxation, retreat, secrets, sorrows, self-undoing. You could be letting go of some bad habits. For some of you, it's like an addiction. It's something like draining your day-to-day life. For others of you, it's overwork and exhaustion. But either way, there's a balance that needs to be happening, and that's what this is triggering for you. This is so weird. Strategic, calculated. This is interesting. This is an interesting way to channel this energy, Capricorn. The recommendation is to be very calculated and very strategic in what you do to resolve these health issues, and becoming aware of secret actions against you, because we do have 12th house activity. 12th house for Capricorn is It's just hidden. It's behind the scenes. I'm like, so, okay, so you're still going to have things that you just don't see clearly, that they're not really shown to you. So be really, really strategic with your health and really take all the measures. I know, I'm sorry. I'm so embarrassed. Like I didn't do that and I was totally supposed to. So I'm going to get better at it. Let's both get better at this together. Okay. And Cancer, this is, sorry, I totally just made that all about Capricorn. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, duh, you're the same axis. So Cancers, this is your 6th house. So there is something about your day-to-day that you can let go of. Let it go. Let yourself let go of it. And actually, Mercury is in your sign. Mercury is retrograding soon in Cancer and moving forward again. So Cancerians specifically, this is a really wonderful time to reassess your boundaries and look to see where you are overgiving. I was just talking to someone I love about this, about how you don't have to bring in coffee for the whole group. You don't have to throw someone else's trash out who's taking too long. You don't have to wish anyone happy birthday in the office and bring them cupcakes that you baked last night till 2 a.m. You don't have to do that extra mile type stuff. And I know that you feel like it's just you, but you're going to be learning about that. You're going to be learning about how to put up your boundaries and nurture yourself. It's health. 12th house, 6th house, very health oriented. And for you Cancerians, Gemini will have the upper hand. And Gemini has the upper hand in this whole lunation, this lunar eclipse cycle. So for you, that is your 12th house. So it will be your psychology. It will be your inner world that will be the most important. So if you need to let go of anyone or any people that get in the way of your health, Cancer, Capricorn, now is the time to do so. Okay. I need a bigger notebook. I need a bigger notebook. Leo, no, sorry. I wanted to go into the fire signs. Leo, Aquarius, my fire babies and my little air babies, okay? Your axis is being activated here too. There's an inner struggle between, I really wish I looked this over before I started talking. Inner struggles between lovers in power, and power between lovers. Oof. Let me take a look at this. Give me a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh man. Okay. So Aquarius, it's gonna be your love, your 5th house, your heart versus your friends and your friend groups. I feel like you could actually be letting go of some friend groups, or this is the tribal thing taking place, letting go of either a friend, multiple friends, or an association friend group that you belong to, because your heart is it could actually be like a little bit of a Yoko Ono type of an energy where it's like your friends don't agree with the person you're dating or something like that. And it's like, well, my heart's there. That's where my heart is. It's my 5th house. So it doesn't have to be someone you're dating. It could be a child of yours. It could be a pet. It could be, you know, something like that. And for Leos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For Leos, it's the exact opposite, where that 5th house loses in favor of your friends and your groups and your associations. So it could be that someone you're dating or someone you love or even one of your children are like, and okay, so there's the power struggle there. There is that power struggle. Children, creative projects, giving and receiving love, friends groups. Leo Aqua's values are being tested here. Oof. Friends, crisis, friends and crisis loses to what your heart really wants. Could be friendships ending. Leo, kids lose creative. So for Leo's, creative projects could culminate. You could stop dating someone. Someone could attack you on, oh, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So for Leo, Aquarius, you could be attacked online. Attacked you online. Dang. Expenses, Aquarius. Oh, okay. So this is also my vision versus my friend's vision. My vision versus their vision. For you Leos and Aquariuses, it's your vision versus their vision, and who's going to win out. That's going to be activated and aggravated by Mars and Neptune and Pisces. But just like with everybody else, there's going to be great results after this. So after this shift takes place, and it's like predominantly internal, but a lot of people, a lot of us are going to have that, those adjustments made in our lives. Okay. Okay, Pisces, Virgo, here we go. Here's your time. This is, oh, I need more coffee. I can feel my throat. Hold on. Okay, Pisces, Virgo. Ooh. Okay, let me set it to Virgo. Okay, this is going to be family life versus career. Pisces, you could be scapegoated right now in your career. There could be a lot of lies about you. There could be a lot of deception about you. There could be a lot of misleading information about you. There could be slander and gossip against you. Yeah, I really went for it. I didn't even prepare you guys. Sorry. It's going to be over. It'll be over. It will not last long. Another few weeks. Give it another few weeks. It will not last forever. But just know that Pisces, and you could have a lot of, not just all of that, but you can even be criticized by authority figures and your bosses. Excuse me, they could be jealous. You could be attacked. You could feel very angry at institutions and people in power because of all this stuff happening. Family, personal life, relationships, power struggles with family members. You can, but honestly, you could really be releasing some cathartic emotional traumas over the next 2 weeks because of this. So there's your reward. Yay. And Virgo, what I'm getting for you guys is that, first of all, with this full moon in your 4th house, there could be a family member having a little bit of an emotional crisis reaching out to you right now, either over this weekend or over the next 2 weeks, needing you. You'll totally be there. You will be there for them. It could come at the smirking of your partner. That's your Neptune, Mars, and Pisces being activated. Or your partner could feel very isolated or just like unhappy with you because Gemini has the upper hand. And Gemini is your 10th house. Virgo, it's your career. So you have this thing going on in your family. You could also be wrapping up a renovation with your house, you know, wrapping up any kind of work that you're doing on the house in your family. That could be like coming to a close or wrapping up over the next couple of weeks. But there's something really great happening in your career. For Virgos, not Pisces. It's a total opposite for Pisces. For Virgo, it's a positive thing. It's a real positive thing. There could be something coming back from the past with Venus retrograding through your career sector. And so that would be interesting to explore. That'd be very interesting to explore for you, Virgos. And it's a nice light, like it's a nice boost for your career. Okay. Okay, guys. Now there is, I wrote a lot of other, there's, okay, that was basically like the T-square. That was the T-square for globally, America, and the axis. Now I'm going to talk about all the other aspects. Yay! I just have these little keywords. I know, wow, this is like 48 minutes, you guys. It's so much fun. I'm going to briefly go over everything, all the other little things, just to give you guys a very nice little well-rounded little video here. Okay. We have the moon trining Chiron. This is cathartic healing. So at this time, all the challenges coming up, it really is for your betterment. And that's what eclipses want to do. Eclipses will always push you to the future. So, what's that smell? Sorry, I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. Will always push you to the future. So, just let that work on you. Mars conjuncting Neptune, that's acting on your beliefs. It could be acting on your pain. So the actions people are taking, things that you're doing, it could be fueled by pain or it could be fueled by creativity. Okay. Mercury trine Mars, it's easy to speak of pain. It's easy to, you know, act on your words. So we're going to be seeing that a lot as well. or it will be easy for you to speak creatively, to speak of your creative ideas. Mercury square Chiron generates enough pain to speak and yell. There's a lot of important work from pain. So if you need to cry angry tears, if you need to express something to someone, if you need to reveal an abuse that occurred, if you need to reveal a trauma that occurred, if you need to give that pain a voice, now is the time, okay? Mercury sextile Uranus, potential for unique progressive conversations. So there's an opportunity with the sextile. It's not a given. It's not falling in your lap like a trine. It's an opportunity. So there's an opportunity for changed behavior here at this time for everybody. But you got to talk about it. There's no way it's going to happen without everyone talking about it first. Venus retrograding square Mars, that's a clash. That's the challenge to something once valued. So that goes up to my headline up here about don't get stuck wanting what you don't really want. If you can let yourself let go of that. So like if you it could like just recognize that if you were fired from work, or you were broken up with, or you were ousted by your friend group, if you were kicked out of your band, if you were, take a moment to really look at your heart, check in with your heart, and ask yourself, was that what your heart really wanted, or did it satisfy your ego to feel wanted and to feel part of it? It's part of this dismantling of the Sagittarian egoic energy, as well as balancing with this Venus retrograde energy, that feminine principle. And then Mercury retrograding to give us a voice. Wow. Okay. Be careful, because Venus retrograding is squaring Neptune, and I'm getting such heavy guilt there, where it's like controlling with guilt. We don't do that. We don't like that. We do not. That's so not a good vibration, that guilt fight. So just be wary of that. I feel like that could be part of what we just don't know yet until the solar eclipse too. I'm not sure quite how yet, but it's what I'm feeling in my little feelers. With Venus retrograding sextile Chiron, there's the opportunity to heal. Another opportunity to heal. So we have the moon trine Chiron, way cathartic healing. Then we have, that's also subconscious, then we have Venus retrograding sextile Chiron. That's another going back to the past, going back to values, okay? Geez, I just keep going on and on, I'm sorry. The backdrop, we talked about Jupiter retrograding conjunct Saturn retrograding conjunct Pluto retrograding on Capricorn, except Saturn's technically in a 1 degree Aquarius, right? With Neptune retrograde sextiling, with Jupiter retrograde sextiling Neptune, that's like dissolving of illusions. That's dissolving of like going back to what we thought we believed philosophically, and sort of like clearing it up a little bit. It could also aggravate that and go in the exact opposite way, but it's how we channel this energy, okay? With Saturn retrograding square Uranus, I talked a little bit about that. That is a challenge to changing behaviors because of people not wanting to let go of how things have always been. That's fears. That's a lot of fears. The fears of Saturn. Saturn rules fears. So if you don't conquer that, Saturn's going to run you to the ground, okay? And there's a heads up. It's fears resisting growth is basically what I'm getting with that. There can be passion for the future if you let it. Like I'm telling you, if you conquer the fear within you, that Saturn retrograde energy, you can use it to motivate yourself to restructure. We can do that as America. We can do that globally. This is just happening. Saturn retrograding, squaring Uranus. So that tension is either going to increase that fear, or it's going to motivate the restructuring internally first, and then in December, actually, okay? Deep structural changes in philosophy, life, and the soul, with that Jupiter retrograding conjuncting Saturn retrograding conjuncting Pluto retrograding, okay? Saturn conjuncting Jupiter is philosophical maturing that lasts, because Saturn builds to last. Saturn creates to last. I'm sorry, I'll try to get this in under an hour. Wow, okay. Jupiter conjuncting Pluto, That's that wide deepness that I talked about earlier. That's just a huge, man, that's just like the sewer. That's like, do you really want to go down there and dig around in that muck? Well, it's just the fountain of sewage and garbage. Think of it that way. It's just like a lot of that, okay? And then lastly, Neptune sextiling Pluto. That's where you can be led or inspired to make those deep changes. It's like the universe is not just showing this ugliness to us, the skeletons in our closet, but it's giving us the tools to transcend beyond the physical reality of what we're seeing into dreaming of a better future, dreaming of what we want our lives to be personally and globally, and giving us that inspiration and that hope and that belief that it can happen, that we can create Camelot, that we can create heaven on earth, despite what we visually see here. And that's part of the manipulation of Pluto and television and media and all that Hersheymagas. So I can really just go on and on. But what I'm going to do is break out the tarot cards. So, my loves, if you are a patron, I will see you extremely soonly. For everyone else, I hope you got so much out of this this video and this explanation and all of this here. I hope that's really helped you, and listen to it a couple times or fast forward to your parts, and reflect on this over the next 2 weeks and let yourself let go. Just let yourself let go of that stuff so that you can prepare yourself for the solar eclipse. This is the beginning of eclipse season, so we got like 2 more to go, and it's going to be great. So I love you guys forever and ever and always. Take very, very good care of yourself, and I will see you guys on Monday for the Daily Bread. Take care, my loves. Many, many, many blessings on your heads. Mwah, darlings. Toodaloo. Toodaloo, darlings. Bye.